you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. Books. I love them. I love books. About a week and a half ago, I received this comment on my Goodreads, and it said, I miss your book reviews. And I was like, I do book reviews all the time. I do book reviews. Okay, PP wants to say hi. Hello. What are you reading today? He said, well, I just went and picked up the new Danielle Steele. Is it good? He said, oh, it's so good, Daddy. So anyway, I was like, I still do book reviews, but I don't do dedicated book reviews, right? And when I started 2017, I said I was going to do a book review for every book that I read, which would be, I don't know, some 69, I think, books is how many books I read in 2017. So I think 68, actually. I didn't even look. I never look, and then I never know exactly what my number is. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm going to try to do like spoiler-free reviews for every book that I read, or most of the books that I read in 2018. The thing is, if I read some like little pulp piece of trash, like, you know, that I like and I enjoy, but like nobody else is going to, I don't know, maybe they would. Maybe that's when I should do a review of it. But anyway, the other thing is that people don't love reviews, I thought, until the last time I talked about it on a video, and I got a lot of comments and people were like, I really, really like reviews. So today, I am going to do a book review of the first book that I have completed in 2018, and that book is, I think it's Catherine Anderson. It is The Christmas Room, and it is by Catherine Anderson. The Christmas Room. Yes, here it is. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Hold on. I don't have it with me because I actually have the physical copy. I listened to it on Audible, but I bought the physical copy and I gave it to Tanya because I thought it was so cute. So here is the cover of The Christmas Room. Can you see? And it's like a trailer, and there's like a dog and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to read you what it's about, and then you guys can, and then we'll discuss it, spoiler-free. The beloved author of the Mystic Creek series gifts readers with a novel of homespun holiday cheer as two families discover the joy of hope and redemption. Widow Maddie McClendon has uprooted her life to move to Rustler's Gulch with her son and grandson. But as a brutal Montana winter looms on the horizon, contractors have yet to break ground on their new house, leaving them to live in a makeshift camp of trailers, tents, and sheds. Since his wife died 6 years earlier, millionaire rancher Sam Conacher has been content to wallow in his grief alone while keeping a tight rein on his 26-year-old daughter. But now the girl has gone and fallen in love with his foolish new neighbor's no-good son. Maddie and Sam will never see eye to eye on anything until a near tragedy gives them a true glimpse into each other's souls, and as the first snowflakes begin to fall, they'll discover that an open heart is the biggest gift of all. Okay. Well, that is true of what this book is about, but kind of. And let me just tell you, I bought the book for two reasons, okay? I really wanted to read a good Christmas book, and I kind of liked the outdoorsy feel of the cover, which I did think was fair to the cover of what it is, but it really looked like a Debbie McComber book to me. Honest to God, it really did. And y'all know I don't love her books, okay? So it very much looked like that kind of Christmas book to me, and I just was like, okay, we're gonna have to see how good this is. And then the whole thing with it being called The Christmas Room, it was also, I thought, well, this is a Christmas book. And this was going to be the last Christmas book that I read in 2017 before Christmas, because I was trying to read like all exclusive Christmas books in December. And I think I read like 7 or 8 of them. Well, let me just tell you about this book, okay? It is about, and the second or third thing is that, I thought because it says like a Montana, what do you call it? Like winter is on the, like looming or whatever. I thought it was going to be about this blizzard, okay? And I love like blizzard and storm stories. There's no blizzard in this book, okay? There's no winter storm. I mean, it snows, but like probably not bad for Montana. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to give the critiques of this book first. The title of the book is like, it plays out, but it has really very little to do with the book. I mean, really very little. And it's like, I think like a page or two of the entire book, which is fine, the authors do that, but it's misleading when you say The Christmas Room, because you think it's a Christmas book. It's not a Christmas book, okay? I'm telling you, she does not get to Christmas in this book till about 90% of the book is done, honest to God. I mean, the audio book is about 15 hours long, and I think that I was like in the 14th hour when it turned Christmas time. So it's not about that at all. What it's really about are these two families that are feuding, and in the middle of it is a couple that's in love. Here's the thing, okay? Catherine Anderson, I don't know anything about her Mystic Creek series or all this kind of stuff. I don't know anything about her. I got it because I thought it was a Christmas book. She writes characters so incredibly well. Like, I fell in love with these characters. You could ask me 2 years from now about something to do with these characters and I would remember it like that. Seriously. The book looks cheesy and it's not. And that's the thing. If the book had a different title to it and the book had a different cover, it could have been taken much more seriously. It really reminds me a lot of Larry McMurtry, who wrote Lonesome Dove. It's kind of one of those westerns, but like really about the people, not really so much about the world around them. Although the ranch and the town and the weather and Montana and all that stuff does play a part into that, and horses and horse riding and saddles and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, the characters are really who push, I mean, it's a character-driven book, right? And it's so well done. And the thing is it starts like in summer and it ends like at Christmas. And I thought, you know, looking back, I thought, that would have seemed like a really slow book compared to most of the books that I read, but it didn't. It didn't seem slow at all. It seemed like it went really, it was well paced. It was intriguing. I wanted to find out what happened to the characters. I knew long before the book was over what was going to happen to most of the characters in the book, and it didn't ruin it for me, you know? Like, it just was so well done, and it works with some really serious issues. It talks about grief. It talks about cancer. It talks about not having parents involved in your life. It talks about, you know, parents that are too controlling. It has some very real issues in this book. And I don't know, I think, Catherine, my suggestion to you, oh, I also got it because it was sponsored everywhere. It was everywhere that I went. It was in every Barnes & Noble. It was in every Walmart. It was in every, you know, half price. It was everywhere I went, right? And even on Goodreads, it was like every time I pulled it up, there was like an ad for it. And you have great PR, Catherine. You have great PR, but you need to get a different publisher. Because after Christmas, I'm not really sure anybody would read this book. And I'm telling you, okay, as a book reviewer on BookTube, that you could read this book and highly enjoy it any time of the year. And I think the fact that it's called The Christmas Room kind of ruins that. Like, it takes away from how well written this book is. And it is really a well-written book, you know? I think it's on the, you know, the level of, you know, The Man Called Ove or whatever those books are right now. I mean, it's very much homespun, kind of like that, what people are looking for right now, I think, a lot of times. It deals with real life issues. There's a teenager in it that I think they handle him very appropriately for his age in the book, and his issues are very appropriate in the book. I just was impressed with everything about the book, except for the cover and the title, and that I thought it was misleading about it being this Christmas book that was going to take place during a blizzard or a winter storm, which that never really happened, if that makes sense. The concept of the Christmas room in the book, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, is adorable. I loved the concept of it, but it wasn't enough to build a book around. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know, like, a lot of times publishers push certain titles, and maybe it was going to come out in December, which is, I don't know if it came out in November or December, which is notoriously a bad time to publish books. But you really don't want to publish a book past October. That's kind of like in the book world. I don't know if people know that. But, I don't know if that's why they called it The Christmas Room. I could have thought of so many different titles for this book, you know, different camp, you know, I don't know, like, call it Wilderness Love or something, but it just was, it didn't, the title was so bad, it didn't work. So anyway, but I mean, I don't judge a book by its title, or do I? You know, when there's all these discussions on BookTube about like picking a book by its cover or picking a book for its title alone or the description that it's written, because I feel like the description was even a little misleading. You know, when you read all of that and, you know, and then you buy the book for that and it's so much more, that's very telling of the writer and of the book that they've written. But isn't that sad that they're going to miss a huge audience that will never look at the book because of that? You know what I mean? So I think you have to really pick those things carefully. But I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, it wasn't epic. It wasn't something I'm going to remember 20 years from now. I mean, I probably, if somebody said, did you ever read The Christmas Room? I'd be like, yeah. But it's not a book that I'm going to just be like, oh my God, The Christmas Room was the book you have to read. You know what I mean? It's not going to be on my best of 2018. It just isn't. But it was a good story. It was a very endearing story. And if you're going to read it, I would suggest reading it. I don't know, I was going to say in the wintertime, but really it's not a winter book. I mean, it just takes as much, there's as much about August and September as there is about December, and probably more about August and December. So, anyway, hi Tucker. My dogs are all around me. They're just like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? We're talking about The Christmas Room. And there were some very, very poignant scenes in it that I really thought were important as far as, I don't know, storytelling, as far as looking at, you know, trying to, I don't know, have other people relate to the story. The story was very relatable to me, having gone through the death of a parent, and they address that, I mean, fully in the book. And if grief is something that you like reading about, this book is really a lot about grief. So check it out. Go check it out. And I don't know that I would, you know, read it just for the Christmas aspect of it, and Christmas is over, so now you can read it. Anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. Let me know if you guys want the book reviews, or if you don't want the book reviews, leave it in the comment section below. And I always put spoiler free at my book reviews so people know that, like, this isn't, like, I'm not giving it all away. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.